One of the most commonly used terms in terms of mergers and acquisitions is synergies. But what are synergies? And why is it important in mergers and acquisitions, especially integration? That is the question for today's video. Welcome to another episode of Fifth Group Explains the World of M&A. So let's start with the definition. Synergies refer to the potential financial benefit, efficiencies, or strategic advantage when two companies come together, when two companies merge, or one company gets acquired by another. The idea is that the combined entity will be more valuable than the sum of the two separate companies. Now, when it comes to synergies, we normally tend to take a look at either the cost side or the revenue side or a combination. Two of the most prominent synergies are cost synergies and revenue synergies. Cost synergies are when, by combining the workforce of the two organizations, one may be able to identify duplication of roles, overlapping responsibilities, which can then be removed and thus reducing the cost base. Similarly, by consolidation of real estate, you could also get cost synergies. There are several ways to achieve cost synergies, but largely it's something that has an impact on the cost and helps you reduce the cost. On the other side, a revenue synergy is largely a revenue play. In other words, by combining the sales force, how can we generate more revenue through cross-selling, upselling, and in many cases, new customer solutions? That is primarily a revenue play. However, there could be efficiencies when you consolidate the sales force, the marketing force, some headcount overlap, which could then help reduce the total base of the sales. Apart from that, there are several other synergies. Next synergy is operational synergy. By bringing in operations of two different companies, we try and find opportunities where there are overlapping operational processes, where there are overlapping responsibilities, resources, which could be reduced, and thus bringing down the cost base. Similarly, there are financial synergies. Now, these are the synergies. By consolidating the financial reporting, you can gain some efficiencies. Also, by combining the revenue numbers of two companies, you may actually get a different credit score, and that may help you access funds, investments, or even more favorable terms from your banks, from your investors, etc. So that's financial synergies. Apart from that, there is market synergies. Again, by consolidating, you will find that there are opportunities where you can gain better terms, favorable terms with respect to your customers as well as your suppliers. Maybe you can get a longer term with your suppliers. Maybe you get a shortened cycle with your customers because now your consolidated power has increased. Apart from that, there is talent and knowledge synergies. By combining the workforces, you may be able to generate new products. You may be able to cross-leverage R&D and innovation capabilities and coming up with new ways of interacting with your customers. You may also be able to use knowledge and talent with respect to coming up with a completely new range of products and services. Apart from that, you have technology synergies. Technology synergies are primarily two. One is where you have the ability to actually share the infrastructure. And the second is where you kind of bring in complementary technologies that can help make your processes more efficient. So that's your technology synergies play. Apart from that, you have cultural and organizational synergies. Keep in mind that when you have a cultural synergy, you're more than likely to have more motivated people, employees who can work together, consolidated, who can collaborate a lot more than otherwise. And the next one is compliance and regulatory synergies. So this is again where you are able to synergize, make your regulatory compliance processes more streamlined because you have larger volume by consolidation of the two companies. Again, there are multiple ways, multiple synergies that are possible, but keep in mind, cost synergies are the most important. They're looked at first in an M&A integration, followed by revenue synergies, and then the others follow. Keep in mind that Synergies is one of the main reasons why companies pursue mergers and acquisitions, because combining the two companies, it should be able to yield either lower cost or should be able to yield high revenue. And that is why a lot of companies pursue. That is why a lot of investors, private equities, get interested in pursuing mergers and acquisitions. So that was a brief summary of what synergies are. If you want to know more about these sort of questions, you can visit our website. We've got lots of resources, blogs, articles, but also we have got templates, tools that you can either purchase, or some of them are available for free, or you can access some of our training courses, or you could also visit our YouTube channels or our podcasts. With that, if you found value, then please subscribe and share it with your friends or colleagues. And obviously, if you have more questions, please send it to us. We'll be more than happy to take another such question, another episode. Till then, this is Anirvan Sen signing off. Take care, and till next time.